Alright guys, today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why reptiles make better pets than cats and dogs. And our first reason is that reptiles are allergy friendly. With reptiles you don't get any fur or pet dander that some people may be allergic to. Now a lot of people out there are either allergic to cats or dogs or even both. So they're allergic to the pet dander and the hair that those guys have. So with a reptile, you don't have to worry about that because they just have either skin or scales. Yeah, a lot of people, if they can't get a dog or a cat, they'll usually come in and get themselves either like one of our really friendly lizards, like a bearded dragon, or maybe a crested gecko, or even a snake too, because snakes make good cuddle buddies sometimes. Especially our ball pythons. Those guys are awesome. Now the second reason why reptiles make better pets is because not all reptiles need to eat every day. With dogs and cats that have higher metabolisms than your reptiles, they usually have to eat multiple times a day. With most of your reptiles, they either eat once a day, once every other day, or in the case of snakes, once a week. And then sometimes some snakes will even brumate during winter and they won't eat at all for a few months. So reptiles definitely eat a lot less than cats and dogs, so you don't have to worry about feeding them as much. Now our third reason is that reptiles take up less space. And now with your cats and dogs, they usually get the run of the house and they get to go practically anywhere they want, and some people, they just don't have the room for them. Now your reptile is usually kept in its tank most of the time. I mean, you can get them out every once in a while for handling and stuff to make sure they stay socialized, but they usually don't get the run of the house. And so that their tank takes up a lot less space than a dog or a cat with free run of the house. So someone with a smaller house might find it easier to keep a reptile that just takes up a little bit of space and doesn't take up a lot of room like a dog or a cat would. So reason number 4 is that some species live a lot longer than cats and dogs will. Most of your cats and dogs, they might live about 10 to 15 years or so. Some cats and dogs that are really healthy and stuff, they can last a long time, but usually it's not much longer than 10 to 15 years. Now with reptiles, you got snakes that can reach like at least 30 years old. They can go even longer. I think there's a record setter at the St. Louis Zoo that's like 60 years old or something, a ball python. And then if you want a reptile that's even going to outlive you can always pick a tortoise. Some tortoises, they can live to be 100 years old or even more. So those are the ones that will live the longest for sure. And then for your lizards, you get some lizards like uromastyx and leopard geckos that can live about 15 to 20 years. So they can live even longer than your dogs and cats will. So yeah, they definitely have, some of them have longer lifespans than cats and dogs, and they'll be with you for a lot longer. Alright, so the last reason why they make better pets is because they are a lot less messy. Usually your dogs and cats will go to the bathroom multiple times a day, and sometimes they'll leave little accidents all around the house. With a reptile, you don't have to worry about that as much. Their slower metabolism means they only go to the bathroom maybe once a day or even once every other day. It just depends. But that mess is always going to usually be in its tank, so it's super easy to clean up. Yeah, with cats and dogs, it's much harder to clean up their messes around the house than it would be to just clean up a reptile's mess in its tank. So definitely easier maintenance wise. And then with reptiles, as far as being messy, you don't have to worry about things like frequent bathing and grooming. With reptiles, they usually only need a bath if they get dirty, but since they're such clean animals, you usually don't have to worry about that as much. Maybe if they run through their poop or something, they'll need a quick wash, but you don't have to bathe them as much as you would a cat or dog, who, of course, having hair and their skin produces oil and stuff, they usually have to be washed a lot more frequently than a reptile would. So yeah, those are our main reasons why reptiles make better pets than cats and dogs. So if you're allergic to a cat or a dog, don't be upset. You can get a lizard or a snake. They can be friendly too. And them being allergy friendly isn't the only reason why they make better pets. There's lots of other reasons too.